Hey guys, so I am here with Sector 1 from Conquest 34. This is the Conquest that we are doing right now to try to unlock Dark Trooper Gideon. And it is interesting to say the least. There have been some bugs, there have been some hot fixes. As of recording this, there will hopefully be more hot fixes because it is a little bit of a hot mess. But we're going to get into it. We're going to go over the feats, etc., and see what we can get done here. So before I hop in, though, as usual, I do want to say thank you to my patrons because I really do appreciate your support. It is a ton of fun hanging out with you over on the Discord server and just kind of getting to see all of your opinions on everything. So again, super appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, so let's look at these feats for Sector 1. It's pretty straightforward. Winning 14 battles with at least one Jawa surviving. You're going to be able to triple dip here with this. Win 14 battles with a full squad of Old Republic characters. So if you need to do both of these feats to get to Red Crate, Gold Crate, whichever one you're looking at, it does mean you're going to be replaying some of these battles because you can't get through the whole sector doing both of them, obviously. And then gaining potency up 40 times and attempting to inflict stun 100 times. So you can actually do 3 of these feats at once. The exception being Old Republic. That's the one that's going to be on its own. But I'll show you what I'm using, and then we can hop in and kind of have an idea of what's going on. I do have some video before we even hop in here of the boss nodes and the mini boss before the hotfix went live. So it does look a lot more difficult than it actually is right now that the hotfix is patched through. That being said, it is still very finicky. So I don't love it, but I will show you what I've done to at least make my way through and get those feats done as of right now. If I find different strategies, obviously I'm going to update and let you know. But as of right now, what I've got in this video is from Conquest being live for 8 hours. And yeah, so we'll just have a look and see what's going on. But anyway, you'll see the actual gameplay. Okay, so let's hop in, guys. All right, so let's start with a really obviously easy, straightforward one, which is Old Republic kills. Old Republic wins, sorry. We need to get 14 of these. We also need 14 with a Jawa surviving. So you're gonna have to do a lot of these battles over again. You're not gonna be able to do both of these feats while going through the sector once, unfortunately. Old Republic, though, again, very straightforward. It's a full Republic team, so I'm just going in with my Jedi Knight Revan squad. I do not have a data disc equipped yet. I did take Sortie as my 5th, just because she is my stronger Old Republic character, since I have her at Relics for Leviathan. So she's just tagging along. I would just take your strongest 5th character. Like I said, you're going to be doing this battle 14 times because you need the full Old Republic squad. If you need the Jawa feat as well, and you need 1 on your squad, that is also 14 times. So again, you can't do both of these feats while making your way through the sector, unfortunately. If you only need to do 1, though, then you could theoretically do that. And again, just really straightforward. No data discs equipped, which is why this is taking a little bit longer. And because it is a full Old Republic squad, you don't really have another powerful Jedi that can really help push them over the edge and kind of chew through it faster that way. But pretty straightforward. You're just going to go in, win, and let that count towards your 14 tally there. Okay, so that is the most straightforward one in the sector. The rest of them are able to kind of be done together. So we're going to look at Potency Up here. First squad that I want to show you is really basic. It's not going to get you any double dipping, but it is going to help you work on Potency Up while you're making your way through the sector. Is your General Skywalker 501st. So Rex actually gives Potency Up to another clone ally that doesn't already have it with his basic, which is why this team can help you get the feat done a little bit quicker while you're making your way through the sector. So I'm not really doing anything special here. Again, no data discs. I'm just going through with my General Skywalker team. And whenever Rex has the opportunity to basic, I'm going to take it, and hopefully he can get some potency up on his fellow clone trooper allies, and we can count that towards the total here. We do have to get it 40 times throughout the sector, so it is pretty straightforward in terms of getting it done. But like I said, it doesn't double dip or triple dip with anything else. It's just a team that kind of helps you get through the sector and work on the feat while you're making your way through. Okay, so this team is also going to be good for potency up. You've got your standard Jabba squad. It also is going to double dip for your hutt cartel wins that you need on the global feat. And this is really easy to get done. The key thing here is you need Lando and you need Leia. And that is basically how you're going to get potency up. It is a single target, so you are only going to get it on one character. It is his second special there, and it is if he targets a light side ally. So you have to target Leia with it. You can see she's got potency up. So again, it is a little bit slower to get it done. You will get credit for one at least, while you're getting credit for your hutt cartel wins as well globally. So I would recommend using them and working on that at the same time. Okay, now we're going to do potency up, we're going to do stun, and we're going to do the Jawa surviving. This was actually a ton of fun, in my opinion. We're going to go in here with a Jedi Master Luke team. And I am going to speed this up quite a bit because it did take me a little bit just to kind of finagle my way through it for the first go. But once you've done it once, it's okay. So obviously Jedi Master Luke, in terms of being able to call people, have a taunt up, etc. What to force the taunt, you need a Jawa to have a Jawa survive. I'm going to take Jawa specifically because one, they're at relics, and two, they also can inflict stun. And then you need Kyle Katarn and Ayla. So I want Kyle Katarn because his first special, his second ability here, just a guy with a lightsaber, is going to give everyone potency up when he uses it. And then I want Ayla because she can inflict a stun on her basic. So you're going to want to call Ayla with Jedi Master Luke's leadership ability so that she's just kind of stun locking everybody. And you'll want Kyle to use that special ability anytime it's available to give potency up on everyone. And you will want your Jawa to use his special ability because that is where you get the chance to inflict stun from. So I don't have any data discs equipped right now, which is why this battle is such a slog to get through, but you will be able to go through it faster. Obviously, when you have data discs equipped and just using the Jedi Master Luke ability to call people to assist is going to deal damage a lot faster, and you'll be able to get it done that way. But it is a lot of fun. You're able to make your way through the sector while you're doing it, and you're going to get a ton of stuns off, which is great since we need to get 100, and you're going to get a lot of potency up this way as well since it is an AoE potency up, which makes it great. Plus your Jawa surviving, so that counts towards the 14 battles with them tagging along. So you can see here we're up to 43 stuns, 27 potency up, so we're happy that way. Another team you can do here, and you can see I've got 17 potency and 20 stun. This is on my own account, which again, no discs equipped as of yet. It is with Rey. So it does work nicely this way because you've got Rey giving out damage immunity. She's going to be keeping your Jawa alive since they are a light side character. And then again, Kyle Katarn for the AoE potency up, and then R2 and Finn for stuns since they've got them. R2 has it on his basic and Finn has it on his special. So Rey's just kind of here to sort of keep everybody alive. But if you have her, I think it's a pretty good way, especially if you have a weaker Jawa, to keep them alive, since you can just kind of keep giving them protection up and making sure they just sort of hang out and survive, and you get the battle done in the meantime. So I am just going to kind of whirlwind my way through here. Again, R2 and Finn for the stuns. Kyle's there specifically for potency up. And then you can just get that done. So it works pretty nicely. And you can see here that we've gone up to 22 potency and 28 stuns. All right, so let's have a look at the Sector 1 mini boss. So this feat that I'm going to show you is winning with Cere surviving. Obviously, you can see I tried right, did not go my way. So unfortunately, I am sorry to do this, but I did manage to get it done with Jedi Master Kenobi and Commander Ahsoka Tano. So this is the team that I am using for it right now. I'm hopeful to make a non-GL work for it. And once I do, I'll definitely put out a video for that. But as of right now, this is what is working. So in terms of my data discs, I have a gray volatile accelerator equipped, a blue caustic emissions disc equipped, and a gray thermal exhaust. So literally nothing that amazing. I'm hoping to get better discs later on in the sector or in the other sectors, and that is it. The idea here, though, is to take Jedi Master Kenobi and put the damage immunity on General Kenobi as much as possible, just so that he doesn't take damage here while he's taunting. And you don't want to force leap with Cat right away. You want to just kind of sit tight and slow play it. So I am going to speed this up here. The idea, though, is you want to pass Cat's Sheen around so that you can build her force leap up. You can see Kenobi's going to get death marked, and I do want to force leap on the Gam boss in the middle and hopefully just one-shot him and take him out once we've built that up a little bit. And I'm going to do it here soon. I was hoping to get him into the yellow, but he does end up just getting enraged and really hurting my Kenobi here, my General Kenobi. So we want to just force leap him as soon as possible once we've built it up a little bit and one-shot him. It does end up working in our favor here. And Cere is just kind of hanging out. She doesn't get touched here because they don't have an AoE. So as long as you've got Kenobi there kind of protecting you, it does suck, obviously, that he got one shot. It's not a clean win. But you can get through with the Cere survival at least and get the credit for that feat. Again, once the discs are changed up a bit better, I'm hopeful that it'll be better to 3-star it, but at least you can get the feat done that way. Okay, so the other feat here on this mini boss node is to win without any Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users, which means you have to do this node twice if you want both feats, because Cere is an unaligned Force user. And again, I didn't want to use a Galactic Legend on this node to at least get through it. So General Grievous is working. This is on the Professor X account, so I have a gray volatile accelerator disc equipped, and that is it, because the disc selection is not well on either of those accounts. So again, the idea here is to hope the death mark goes on Droidica. If you can get the death mark on Droidica, then you're going to be able to build up these stacks of charge really well as well while you're doing that, and you should be able to one-shot the boss node with her big hit. But honestly, I did not care about who survived here. The goal here was to really just make sure Droidica could one-shot the Gam boss and to get through this node without using a Galactic Legend if possible, because I know that this is going to be a struggle point for some people. So you will see she's got her death mark here, and the taunt is going to come back up on the sides. I don't want to use her big hit on the sides, so I'm just going to basic here on this taunting side pig, and then hopefully we can get back around to the boss and use it on him. So we do kill the sides, which is great, and that way we're not stuck behind them. And B2 at least can cleanse the taunt off of them with his special, and we can go through and get the big hit off, assuming we don't kill the boss, of course, with Grievous in the meantime. I did just try to focus on the boss as well as much as I could. Anytime I could target them, I did. I wanted to just try and put as much damage on them as possible. And you can see Grievous ends up killing him anyway. And then Droidica one-shots the last one. So if you can take that big hit with her on the boss, definitely do it. But at least you can see we can get through the mini boss node with Grievous this way and hopefully make our way through and get some more data discs. So, okay, now we have the Sector 1 boss. These are the discs I've got. This is my account: volatile accelerator, caustic emissions, and a thermal exhaust. There's nothing else really that I think is going to help me, so I'm not even going to bother equipping it. And this boss is the Rancor. Excuse me, sorry. And the feat that I want to work on is winning without any Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users. So usually my go-to for this is Bam, Han, and Chewie. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult to do because I don't have any Amplify Agony discs. So this is something that I would recommend coming back and doing after you've already made your way through this boss node to get the feat once you do have the discs equipped. In terms of a fifth, I wasn't too sure who to take. I wanted obviously a light side scoundrel so I could pass damage immunity around if possible. Don't take Cat. Keep that in your mind there, that she is an unaligned Force user, so she will throw all of us off. I thought maybe Vandor Chewie, since I could get some healing in if needed. It doesn't really matter, and you'll see why shortly, but again, only the gray volatile accelerator, a blue caustic, and a gray thermal exhaust. So nothing really that amazing. This is post fix. So this is post hot fix. And you can see that the turn meter removal is working better now. It was not working when it was bugged. So Han at least is able to do that. It is still quite tricky. And again, my discs aren't optimized here, so it isn't going to be clean. But at least we can get through the boss here. You can see he eats Vandor, so there's that. If you can keep him turn meter locked though, it does go a lot smoother, and if you're doing more damage to him, it is a lot easier. Again, that's going to be a disc selection. An unstable decelerator would probably be a lot better here if you have it, just to kind of make sure you can keep the turn meter at bay. So he obviously eats Vandor, he eats Han, at which point I thought I was screwed. But I'm just going to go through anyway, because if you're going to get through and get this feat done, at least it's done and over with, and you can just kind of mark it off and carry on in this ridiculous conquest. So it does work. Obviously, if you have better discs, you're going to have much better luck. If you can get through this node and then go back and do it with better discs, that's probably what I would do as well. And at least the feat is done. Okay, so the next one, and again, you have to do this boss node twice because the other feat is to win with Ben Solo surviving, who is a unaligned Force user, so you can't double dip here. For this one, I did have the volatile accelerator and one gray thermal exhaust. I hadn't picked up the blue caustic yet. This is on my own account. And I am going to use Rey, unfortunately. But if you have Ben, then it should be okay. So I did go with Rey, Ben, CLS, Han, and Chewie, because I wanted to be able to try and take away some of that turn meter still, to really make sure we could hope Ben survived. You want Rey in the leadership because of how her and Ben work together. She can't die while Ben is alive, and Ben can't die while she's above 50% health. So it works really nicely, especially if he is trying to eat either Rey or Ben, and that condition is still applicable. And you'll see that happening here where he keeps trying to eat Rey. He's trying to smash Rey. Like, he's just trying to kill her. And it's not happening because of where Ben's health is. So that does work out in our favor. Obviously, she's going to go into ult. And I'm just going to try and stalemate this for as long as possible and keep Ben alive for as long as possible. I obviously do get lucky in terms of who the Rancor is targeting here. Voluntary Vanguard could help you. It's just in terms of needing to keep Ben alive, honestly. Having Rey in the leadership slot is key. If you don't have Rey, JTR in the leadership slot would obviously do the same thing in terms of this interaction. Obviously, you're not going to have the ultimate or the whirlwind, but you will have the can't kill Rey or Ben interaction because it's still an instance of Rey that's in your leadership slot. So again, it got very close there at the end. You could see Ben was in the red, but we were already close enough in terms of damage dealt that it didn't matter. So just something to hopefully help you get through with this feat. Okay, so that is Sector 1. It's a little bit of a doozy. I am hopeful that Sector 2, as of recording this, will also be tweaked a little bit. Who knows? Hopefully everything is just a little bit smoother from here on out, but we'll see what the plan is from CG and moving forward. I will have Sector 2 for you tomorrow, most likely. All of these bugs have kind of delayed how quickly I wanted to get these out because I wanted to make sure they were fixed beforehand. But hopefully Sector 2 tomorrow, and then back onto schedule with 1 a day, maybe 2 towards the end. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you're finding other teams that have been useful, particularly for the boss nodes, please comment them below because it is, I think, really important, especially in this Conquest series, to really share what's working with each other because it is a little bit frustrating. I know tons of people are getting frustrated. They're getting upset. So if there's anything that you're doing differently that's working, definitely share below because the more information we have, the better. And we can all kind of tackle this together. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow.